We're in Bel Air Street, Kensington, approximately 2 kilometres from the CBD. The Macaulay Road village is a fantastic village. There's lots of cafes, there's some quirky bookshops, and right beside me here is Kensington Railway Station, only 2 stations away from Southern Cross Station and into the CBD. Bel Air Street is one of the few streets in Melbourne where I'd recommend buying an investment property that is actually opposite a railway line. And that's because the railway line is below street level, which reduces the noise. Typical housing stock in Kensington is your typical Victorian brick and block-fronted weatherboard dwellings. These usually are priced at between $650,000 to $850,000. When it comes to investing in Kensington, houses are the typical choice. There are a limited number of investment quality flats in this suburb. I'm standing in the Ridgeway in Kensington. The property behind me is a Victorian block-fronted weatherboard that recently sold for $766,000. I'm standing here in McCracken Street in Kensington, where there's some great examples of Victorian architecture, from your single-fronted brick Victorians to your double-fronted block weatherboards. Kensington has some fantastic streets: McCracken Street, McConnell, Bangalore, the Ridgeway. Now we're driving along Bel Air Street in Kensington, and you can see the type of architecture on my right. Beautiful little Victorian cottages. There's a couple of double-story ones there. Now as we turning now into Wolseley Parade, which is one of the best streets in Kensington, but you really only want to buy halfway up this street, and you can actually see going up the hill here, you could almost be in Hawthorn. Nice wide street, beautiful examples of Victorian architecture, lovely canopy of elm trees as we go up this hill. But as we get to the top of this hill, you can see in the foreground a housing commission. So there are compromises in Kensington, and we would recommend that we really wouldn't want to buy at this end of Wolseley Parade, but certainly the Bel Air Street end is certainly worth looking at. Behind me are the former Newmarket sale yards, which are now known as Kensington Banks, an infill residential development. There are plenty of compromises in Kensington, which means you must be really careful. I like to keep away from the high density type development. My investment tip is to look for scarcity. And what I mean by scarcity are those Victorian period type dwellings that are within walking distance to that Macaulay Road village. When investing in property, remember that not all properties perform the same. Location is not just about the suburb, it's about the street within the suburb. And if you're buying a flat, it's that flat's position or location within the block. When buying investment property, if you have any doubts, always seek independent advice.